Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel you are releasing any sensations of tension, worries, or stress. Just feel it leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness and exhaling whatever is holding you back. I want you to position your body in a way that makes it possible for you to feel 2 or 3 times more relaxed than you currently do. Maybe loosen the muscles there in your neck or your shoulders. Relax your jaw and position your body in a way where your arms and legs can feel limp, loose, and heavy, releasing all tension. Breathing in a wonderful feeling of relaxation and exhaling tension. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed your body becomes. And the more relaxed your body becomes, feel that your imagination is awakening. Like a sleeping dragon, imagine it start to awaken. I want you to think of what it would have been like to be perhaps 5 or 6 years old. And I want you to imagine seeing someone reading a story, a fairy tale of knights and dragons and castles and kingdoms. Imagine someone reading a story in front of a fireplace and nobody knew you were there. Imagine how you would feel just to walk up, sit down, cross your legs, and allow your imagination to follow the story. As you imagine sitting comfortably by the warm glow of a crackling fire, imagine the tone of voice of a storyteller weaving a tale. And maybe the story begins with a brave knight, one whose armor reflects the sunlight like a mirror. And this knight was setting out on a quest. And this knight had been given a task, a noble and daunting challenge, to journey into the heart of a mystical land and confront 4 dragons, each guarding a part of the knight's kingdom that had fallen into shadow. But as the storyteller continues, you realize something unusual about this tale. These dragons cannot be defeated with swords or violence. They are not beasts to slay, but forces to understand, to tame, and to transform. And maybe this journey of the knight in this magical kingdom awakens a thought within you that the true victory comes from within, through wisdom, courage, and compassion. So imagine being there, listening to that story. But sometimes, when you get immersed into a good story, you can't help but start to take on the role of the main character. So don't be surprised if you find yourself stepping into the tale, as though the firelight has pulled you into its warm embrace. Perhaps you no longer see the knight with his armor that reflects the sun, but feel that you are the knight wearing the armor, and it fits you perfectly. The sword in their hand becomes your sword, but feel it's as light as air, a symbol of strength, not a weapon of violence. Feel that you are the knight now, and maybe you're standing at the edge of a vast and enchanting forest, ready to meet the dragons, but notice the absence of fear, no anxiety, just pure courage. With each step forward, the world around you grows clearer, brighter, and more vivid. Perhaps as you journey deeper, you hear a low growl. Before you stands the first dragon, its scales dull and cracked, its eyes filled with sadness. This is the inferior and flawed dragon, whispering words of inadequacy and comparison. And maybe it tells you that you are not enough, that others are doing so much better. But you do not raise your sword. Instead, you take a deep breath and step closer. You notice the dragon's scales reflect your own image, but it's distorted, like looking into a broken mirror. And maybe with calm, bravery and courage, you speak to the dragon and tell the dragon, I see you. You are not my enemy. You are my teacher. You have shown me where I need to find my own light. As you reach out, the cracks in the dragon's scales begin to glow. The distorted reflection smooths into clarity, and start to see yourself as you truly are. Strong, capable, and whole. Not perfect, but more than good enough. The dragon bows. See it lower its head towards the ground in a submissive act, letting you know it now works for you rather than controls you. Its growl softening into a purr as the enemy has become your ally. You say goodbye to this dragon, knowing it will be with you when you need it. And further into the forest, you hear a hiss and feel a sharp wind. The second dragon appears, tall and stern with piercing eyes. This is the judgmental dragon, its claws tapping impatiently, pointing out flaws in everything it sees. But you do not flinch. You stand tall and meet its gaze, staring straight into the dragon's eyes, noticing that its harsh words echo voices you've heard before, perhaps in your own head, perhaps spoken about others. With compassion, you tell the dragon, "Judgment, you have protected me in the past, but I no longer need your sharpness. I choose kindness, encouragement, understanding for myself and for others." See the dragon's pierce-sharp eyes start to soften, turning into kind eyes that see the best in people, continuing to judge, but judging in a positive way, seeing the best in everyone. And as you speak, the dragon's claws soften into feathers. All of those harsh, pointy features melting into gentleness. It nods and steps aside. Now a guardian of fairness and positive evaluations rather than harsh criticism. As you leave, hear the words with a different tone, telling you how brave you are, how strong you are, giving you words of encouragement and pointing out all of your most positive qualities. As you leave that judgmental dragon behind, you continue beyond the forest, now in a dark valley, where you encounter the third dragon. Its form massive, yet weighed down. Its wings folded as though too heavy to fly. This is the hopeless and helpless dragon, whispering of despair and the impossibility of change. Time has been wasted. What's the point? It's not worth trying anything. But you notice something else. A tiny spark of light in its eyes. A faint glimmer of who this dragon was before. A glimmer of hope buried beneath its despair. Imagine kneeling before the dragon and telling the dragon, "I see the burden you carry, but I am stronger than you think I am, and together we can and will rise." You place your hand on its great wings, and they begin to unfurl. The dragon takes a deep, shuddering breath, and with your encouragement, you remind the dragon of its greatness, its qualities. Remind the dragon that it can and will be the best it's ever been. So see that dragon rising into the air, perhaps the first time it's flying in years. See it soaring upwards, the once heavy wings now carry both of you as you imagine yourself on the back of that elegant, elevated dragon flying through the mystical lands. Imagine flying high above the valley, seeing the kingdom from high up above, seeing the vast possibilities ahead. This dragon will take you to new heights, to new places, to new possibilities. And just as you reminded the dragon of who it really is, so the dragon will do the same thing for you, giving you that spring in your step, that chin up, that feeling that you can conquer the world. The dragon drops you off beside a still lake, nodding to you before flying off back to its valley. And before long, the last dragon appears. Its form is shadowy and translucent, its voice a soft, echoing whisper. This is the loneliness and isolation dragon, perhaps reflecting your deepest fears of being disconnected, unseen, unheard, or alone. But you're not afraid of the dragon, none of them. As you step closer, you notice something strange. The dragon's form changes, mirroring your movements. You realize it's not separate from you, it's a part of you. This dragon, like you, craves connection. It was afraid of loneliness, afraid of rejection, afraid of not being good enough, but only because the connection was desired. Look into the eyes of the dragon, and with a steady voice, tell the dragon, I choose to reach out. I choose to connect. I will take the risks for love and for connection, first with myself and then with others, acknowledging that nobody can love you more than you love and accept yourself. Loneliness, you no longer have power over me. And notice how quickly the dragon's shadowy form solidifies into a glowing, radiant light. It becomes a bridge across the lake, inviting you to step forward on its tail, walking across its back. And as you get to the other end of the lake, you jump off its nose and turn around. This dragon wasn't trying to keep you alone. It was trying to protect you from emotional pain. And now that you know that, this dragon will be the voice of connection, no longer isolation, nudging you to connect with friends, form new social circles, develop relationships by loving and accepting yourself. This dragon, like the three others, are now allies. The voices in your head will change, becoming more encouraging, supportive. They will build you up rather than knock you down. They will encourage you rather than urging you to hold back. With 4 dragons inside your mind, you are unstoppable. On the other side of the lake, you realize that all 4 dragons have returned, now tamed and transformed, all smiling, all friendly, all allies, standing behind you to support you. They are no longer sources of fear, but symbols of your growth and transformation. The inferior and flawed dragon now shines with the truth of your worth. The judgmental dragon carries the wisdom of kindness. The hopeless and helpless dragon reminds you of your power to rise again, giving you resilience, and the loneliness and isolation dragon glows with the promise of connection and self-acceptance. As you say goodbye to your 4 dragons, you find yourself by the fireplace, hearing the storyteller end the story by saying that the night returned a hero to the kingdom, taming the untamable dragons. You can't help but smile, feeling that just as the night has changed, something inside you has changed too. So hold on to that thought, that feeling. But this wasn't just a story. But a magical spell that creates change. And I wonder if, when you return to your inner kingdom, your reality, take those dragons back with you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the here and now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling a shift. Hearing those voices of positive words and feeling a new level of self-confidence and self-acceptance. You may even notice a spring in your step, a different energy, a different tempo, a different frequency that will create wonderful, self-fulfilling prophecies, starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.